So today's topic of discussion is concept of sets and Venn diagram. So before we get into the details of Venn diagrams and typical numericals of sets, so this particular video, I just wanted to focus on the concept itself. We'll not touch the numericals in this one. We will touch it on some of the later videos on that. So yeah, so first basic things about sets, right? So there is a very brief definition of sets. So which is it's a collection of well-defined objects. And when we say well-defined objects, right? So let's just for an example, if I define a set for animals, so that set will have animals like cat, dog, horses, etc. And let's say if I define a set of fruits, so it will have apple, oranges, etc. So these two are two different distinct sets, but and you cannot have an animal in a set of fruits. So these are well-defined objects. When I say fruits, it's all the set will contain all the fruits. When I say animals, it will contain all the animals only. So these are very well defined collection of objects, and it can be anything. It not necessarily need to be an animal or dog, animal or fruits or something like that. It will be numbers most of the times when you are doing the numericals. So before we go into the further details about this, let's touch upon little prerequisites also. So when we do numericals, or when we have to understand about the sets, there are certain things, there are certain notation which we should be familiar with. So what I have done is I have written all the notations, and also I have written a simple example here. So what I'll do is I'll take examples and will refer back to the notation so that we understand it with a particular example itself. So let me just give you little examples on this notations. So we have a set called A, which has number 1 2 3 4. So now if I ask you number 2, right? So number 2 belongs to a particular set. So number 2 belongs to A. This is pretty straightforward. So 2 belongs to A. So 2 is an element and A is a particular set. So this symbol defines that okay, this particular element belongs to this set. So now similar to this, let's say if I ask you, okay, number 5. So number 5 does not belong to A, right? So it's not part of this particular set. So this notation is for it does not belong to set A. So now let's say a separate example, there is a proper subset, right? So now if you take an example of set A and set B, which I have defined here. So A has 1 2 3 4 and B has number 2 and 4. So now if you see, number 2 is common in both the sets. Number 2 is here, number 2 is here, number 4 is here, number 4 is here. So in a way, if you see, number B, set B totally belongs to set A. It is a proper subset of set A. So now I'll further define what is a proper and what is a subset also. So now in this scenario, B is a subset of A. So the notation for subset is a CL with a little prolonged extension. So B is a subset of A, which tells you that set B is, with the number of elements, it's smaller than set A, which you can clearly see here. So 2, it has elements which are less in numbers as compared to set A. So 1 2 3 4 2 4. So 2 4 is a subset of this. Similar to this, if I say take particular, let's say if I have a set which for example in this case I have a set D which has 1 2 3 4 and A also has 1 2 3 4. So now you can say here that D is a subset of A. In this scenario, the number of elements in D is equal to number of elements in A. So, and the notation for that is, the number of elements is, you just say n, and if I say like this, number of elements in A will be number of elements in a particular set, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 elements here, so I'll say number of elements is 4. Similar to this, if I say number of elements in B, there are 2 elements, 2 and 4. So I'll say number of elements in set B is 2. So now in this scenario, if you see, it's just a notation for number of elements within a set. So similar to this, if you see, there is a set called E which has no element. So the number of elements in set E is 0. Okay, so now we will further define what exactly element with the number of elements as 0 is. So, and there is a separate notation for that, which is defined here, which is an empty set. So this symbol, it determines that this particular set is empty set. There is no element within this this particular set. Just a point of caution here is, so an empty set is not a set with 0 elements. It's a set which has nothing. So in this scenario, there is nothing in this set. So that's why a set E in this case is an empty set, which will be defined with this particular symbol. And then there are other set of symbols. So for example, there is a union. So union, as the name says, right, it is a union of 2 different sets. So when I say, let's take an example again from this particular set. It is I have a set A which has 1, 2, 3, 4, and I have a set, let's say C in this case. So set C has 5 and 6. So now if you take a union, so in a way what we are doing here is we are just adding these elements to these elements of both the sets into a single set. So the result set in this scenario will be, so let's say if I have to write A union B, A union C, that will have 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 and 6. So now if you see here, right, so all the elements are unique here. I have not repeated any of the elements. So again, if I have to do A union B, what will happen in this scenario is, I will say A union B, which will have 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now if you notice here, I have already covered 2, which is in B. So 2 is already done. I will not repeat it. And 4 is also done. So I will not repeat element 4 also here. So now A union B is also equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, which is same as set A. And the next one is the intersection. So now intersection, it tells you which are the common elements between two different sets. So now again, I'll take an example of set A and set B here. Again, if you notice this 1, 2, 3, 4 and 2, 4. So number 2 is common to set A and to set B, and number 4 is common to set A and set B. So in this scenario, A intersection B will result in a set which will just have the common elements between these two, which is 2 and 4. So now with this, right, it will give a very fair idea that what are the different elements we are talking about in a particular set, and which are the different notations when we are dealing with sets also. With this, let's just jump into Venn diagram also. So Venn diagram, right? It is I'll say it's a pictorial representation of what we just saw on this sheet with the numbers and the sets defined. So let's just go into a little example also. So now in this scenario, right? So I have defined a Venn diagram. It's a pictorial notation, right? So again, this circle defines a particular set. So now in this set is unique because all the countries in this set are starting with alphabet C. So this set, we can define it as, let's say, I can just say, one second, I can just say C. So C is equal to China, Cameroon and Canada. So these are the countries which are starting with C. So this is a uniquely well-defined object. Now similar to this, let's say I have another another set which has USA, Canada and Mexico. So now in this scenario, my unique well-defined object is all the countries in North America. So let's say I'll define that as N. So this set is N. So now if I have to do intersection of these two, right? So what necessarily it means is I am looking for a country which is in North America and which starts with the alphabet C. So it's pretty clear. So what will happen in this scenario, in this case, is we will have a intersection Venn diagram which will be similar to this. So I have this particular set which has countries with North America, which I defined it as N. So this is nothing but N. This is C, which are countries with the alphabet C. So the common area here is Canada. So it satisfies both the conditions. So it is the intersection points between these two sets. These countries cannot be here, these countries cannot be here, but Canada, it is part of North America and it starts with C. So this gives you a very brief example of what an intersection means. So again, similar to this, if I have to say intersection of these two sets, it is Canada. If I say union of these two sets, it will be all the countries. I'll have to say USA, Mexico, Canada, China and Cameroon. So now there is one more thing with respect to sets. So whenever we are defining a set, when we do it in a Venn diagram scenario, right? So there is a universal set on top of it. So this particular rectangle around that, we call it as we denoted by U. So this is nothing but in this particular example, this whole set will have all the countries. For example, it will have India here, it will have Japan here, all the countries which are outside of these two. So universal set is nothing but all the countries on planet Earth, and these are the sets which we have defined for this particular example. So again, it's just a concept of sets and Venn diagram. It can get very complicated. It's right now it's just two sets which are talking to each other. What we can have is a very complicated scenario also, where we are having a third set also. Of course, it will be part of the universal set only, and we can have multiple sets intersecting with each other, and then we'll have to get into more details about the set theories and concepts. That will take care in the next video. Until then, goodbye. Have fun.